So welcome back to my channel, this time for a camera review and review of an old analog camera. It's the Olympus 35 RC camera, which I took on a trip to Nepal for using as a portrait lens and other stuff. I always take an analog camera with me together with my digital camera or cameras very often because I just love the style of analog cameras, and I love the outcome. The images have this very natural feeling to it, and I love it especially for portraits. So that's what I used this camera for during my time in Nepal last time. So let's get on with the video. I got my copy of this camera for only around $60 or 60 euro, and it seems like it's not been used very much. I don't think that it has rolled much more than 10 to 20 film before I got it, but now on this trip to Nepal I shot 6 black and white film, so that's maybe almost doubling the number of films that it's taken. At least that's what I believe. This camera has a few options that you can, so you can use it in many different modes. If you change the setting here on the lens to A, if we can get in focus, it will use shutter priority and it will set the aperture. Otherwise, if you turn this ring to the other side, you can set the aperture, and then the camera is in fully manual, because you always set the shutter speed up here on the top. Furthermore, as it's a rangefinder, it has two windows here, the one that you look through and the other one that uses this distance and the parallax between these two to set the focus correctly. And it has focus from infinity and down to around 70-80 centimeters. It's not exactly marked on the lens, but it's around that number. Film speed settings are set here on the front of the lens, and there's a small window here where you can see the setting. And the lens can be set from as a ISO 25 to 800. So it can't use the most sensitive films, but yeah, I usually use either 100 or 200 or 400. So for me, that's quite nice. So I think this is a quite nice camera. It has a decently sharp lens, although it's not very sharp at the wide end. But there's no vignetting on the lens on the camera, so that's good, and it has a nice contrast. And of course I like the style that it's a rangefinder camera. That is very good. The drawbacks on this camera is that the rangefinder, although I like it, is not very precise, so you don't get very precise focus, and it has a limited ISO range, although I don't use very much beyond the range. And then it has only two modes, manual and shutter priority, no aperture mode, no full automatic, and then it's a bit heavy. So I hope you liked the review of the Olympus 35 RC camera. An awesome camera. It has its flaws. It's not flawless, not at all, but it's a very nice option and a very small camera. A bit sturdy in its weight, but I love the way it can shoot. So thank you very much for this time, and bye.